Verse 7. Then Pharaoh's servants said to him, how long shall this man be a snare to us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their God. Do you not yet understand that Egypt is ruined? Okay. And here some of the wiser servants come around, and they've looked and they've seen how they've lost everything. Their savings of the last couple of 100 years all disappeared because God destroyed it all through these plagues, because ultimately he was guilty. Pharaoh for not listening to God. Pharaoh hardened his heart first, God just made it then further. So God just let Pharaoh be Pharaoh. That's just that. Let Pharaoh do what Pharaoh wants. God let Pharaoh exercise his free will. Those who are like, no, God's not supposed to go against our free will. But then when God doesn't go against our free will, oh no, God's supposed to go against our free will, because then Pharaoh would have, not all of this wouldn't have happened to Pharaoh. I mean, man, you can't have your cake and eat it, eat it all, or have your bread buttered on both sides, kind of. You need to make a choice. Do you either want to have free will for man, or you don't want the free will? Do you want God to go against our free will, or don't you want God to go against our free will? When bad things happen, you want God to go against our free will. When good things happen, or just life, no, then God mustn't do anything. Whatever, for that logic. So yeah, they were like, so this guy is snaring us. Let him go. Right, let him go. So they can just go and serve their God. I mean, we are serving our gods here, so they can't do it. Their God's over there, because they had this view that the God is like the God of this area and that area. And so if their gods are not here, then they're over there. So let them go to the area where their God is God, and let them serve them there. Right, and then it's like these wise servants, at least, the wise virgins from the parables, so at least like saying, but see, we are. Do you not understand that Egypt is ruined? Don't you understand? There's nothing left here. Look around us. I mean, look at Myanmar and the situation in the country. You can ask this little guy. Don't you understand that you've ruined everything here by now? No, yeah, sure. His reasoning is, no. I'm just doing it for the unity of this country. The country won't be destroyed, etc., etc., etc. Right? I mean, you can always justify, like Pharaoh is going to justify it here. But you look at it, and you look at it. I remember 3 years ago there in Myanmar, 4 years ago, before COVID. Oh, everybody's so excited. Things were developing, businesses opening. Everything was just like as if life came to the people. And now COVID and the coup and the civil war, and there's nothing of that anymore. You hope for electricity. You sit and you pray, and you just wait for someone to throw a switch so you can charge everything, right? Don't you understand? Everything is destroyed, and you blame everyone else for it when you started this? Okay, and this is what these people are asking of Pharaoh. Verse 8. So Moses and Aaron were brought back to Pharaoh, and he said to them, go serve the Lord your God. But which ones are to go? So the plague didn't happen yet. They just left. The servants came, spoke with Pharaoh, and Pharaoh kind of listened to them. And he had Moses and Aaron brought back. And then he informed them, okay, no, you can go and serve your God. But then, okay, now we have the peace accord, the 20-point peace accord, right, for Gaza and Israel. And so let's start with point 1. Which ones are going to go? Okay, so let's draw up 20 points. Which ones are going? First question. Yes, I mean, that makes sense. Okay, so what really is your intent here, Moses? I mean, I kind of guess these guys already had to have some kind of Pharaoh a point of maybe something is brewing here, which he didn't want to admit to. Verse 9, Moses said, we will go with our young and our old. We will go with our sons and daughters, and with our flocks and herds, for we must hold a feast to the Lord. So Moses' answer is, we will go with everyone. Every single person, male, female, young, old, everyone is going to go. All of every living human Hebrew is going to go. I mean, they're even going to take Joseph's bones, so a few dead ones will go as well. and more, they need to take their flocks and their herds. Why? Because they're going to have a feast. I mean, you're going to have a feast, you need meat. Well, if you live in this country, but in their culture, in their culture, right? Okay, so they wouldn't have had pigs, so they sure wouldn't have had any pigs to take with. Again, that's not the point, right? But go with all, they needed their cattle. Again, the herds, they need it so that they can have this big feast. Verse 10, but he said to them, the Lord be with you. If ever I let you and your little ones go, look, you have some evil purpose in mind. Now, go, the men among you, and serve the Lord, for that is what you are asking. And they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. So Pharaoh's reply to point 1 of this trying to get to some other peace accord here is, no way. Forget it. Forget it. No way. Okay? The men can go. That's that. I will not let the little ones go. It's a little bit like if you apply for a visa to go to lots of countries in the world, they always ask you, you're married, do you have children, do you have a house in your country? Because if you're a young unmarried guy with nothing in your home country, then your chance of getting a visa is pretty slim. Okay, yeah, that's just that. Because why? You have nothing, no ties binding you. Now the motivation is if, okay, here's one net. Now we are past the net plague already. And, oh, by the way, about the net plagues, I just want to say as well, there in Russia, man, there's certain areas there where at night, evening time, you don't go out. Otherwise the nets will just destroy you. Or you need to wear clothes as if you are on an expedition to get honey out of a beehive, something like that. Just so many nets there. Okay, there's a fly. I don't see a locust, I guess, up here. So yes, when you apply for a visa and they ask you all these questions, it is because they think that you might have no one to come. If you have like nothing in your homeland, so you have nothing to go back to, then the chance of you not going back is pretty big. I mean, yes, I understand the logic. I fully understand the logic behind that. Yeah, I'm personally one of those people who would have voted for a world without any borders, because people kind of like to stay where they were born in general with their families. And with the situation as is, lots of people can't go back to their mothers and fathers, like so many people, like even these guys sitting here, studying here, might never be able to go back to their villages because of what is happening there in Myanmar. Or people applying for asylum in America or something, they can't go back to their home countries, just even if things kind of get better. So yes, this is kind of what Pharaoh is getting at here. That if you leave your little ones, then I understand you'll come back here. I mean, you're not going to leave your children here. So like the old people, yeah, you might just kind of leave them here, but your children, you're not going to leave them. And so if you go and you leave your children, then I know that you will come back. So like, God is with you, right? Like, yeah, God with you, kind of, but there's something, right? I can't, like, God is with you, but I can't let this do, because even if God is with you, I know what you're getting at here, right? I know what's happening to you. I know what you're trying to do. You have an evil purpose in mind, okay? So he's basically now kind of swearing by God here in a certain sense, like, yes, I understand your followers and that your Lord, and Moses used the word Yahweh here, right? That he is and with you. So it shows to me, not the fact that God is with them and therefore God is making them have this evil plan, but he's saying, yes, I understand your God, even by your God. I mean, I swear I can't do this, right? Because I know you have something brewing here, which is not what you're telling me. You're speaking of 3 days out and coming back kind of idea, but now you want to take everything. Yeah, there's something fishy here. It smells. It stinks to the high heavens. So he said, no way. You can go and serve. The men can go and serve the Lord, but you're not. That's that. Okay, that's that. Because, I mean, that's what you're asking. So yes, the men can go, the rest stay. And so they were driven out of Pharaoh's presence. Not just asked away, driven from Pharaoh's presence.